welcome to Money and Marriage Made Simple, the show for couples who want to get on the same page financially and strengthen their relationship along the way. I'm your host, Tina Bunn, a financial coach and wife who knows what it's like to feel the stress of money in marriage. My husband and I paid off over $50,000 in debt, and it completely transformed our relationship and our lives. Every other week, I'll bring you practical tips, real conversations, and simple strategies to help you take control of your money together, one small step at a time. Let's jump in. Hello, welcome back. When was the last time you and your spouse looked at your finances and actually felt grateful, felt content with where you are right now? Most couples operate from a scarcity mindset. We don't have enough. We'll never have enough. Everyone else has more than us, and we'll always struggle. I personally struggle with this when it comes to setting my goals. I love setting goals, but sometimes I get so focused on that goal and working towards it that I forget to be grateful and content right now. So today I'm talking about how you can shift from never enough to more than enough, and how this one mindset change can transform your entire relationship with money. So let's talk about this scarcity trap and what this scarcity mindset looks like in your marriage. It may be constantly comparing yourselves to others. You look at friends and see that they have more than you. You look at social media and you see that everybody has more than you. You look at your neighbors and you never feel like you're going to be as good as everybody else. You feel behind or less than no matter what you accomplish. You always feel like you should be doing more. You're fighting about money because it feels like there's never enough to go around. Again, you feel like you always will be struggling. One or both of you maybe feels deprived or resentful. You're making decisions from a place of scarcity and fear instead of values. Maybe you have an inability to celebrate progress because you're too focused on how far you still have to go. When you're not focusing and celebrating those little wins, that big goal seems so far away. There is an emotional cost to a lack of contentment too. So let's talk about that. Maybe you've got endless anxiety and stress. You've got resentment between you and your partner. You're missing out on the joy in the present moment. You have an inability to see and celebrate wins. You're feeling like you're failing even when you're making progress. Relationship tension from comparison and competition. Why do we fall into this trap? We are surrounded by highlight reels on social media, and advertising is more prevalent than ever. The consumer culture we are faced with constantly tells us that we need more just to be happy. And with our fast-paced, busy lives, we forget to pause and look around to see how far we've come. We measure ourselves by everyone else's standards instead of our own values. We need to remember our values and what we really care about as a couple. The truth is, a scarcity mindset doesn't reflect your bank account. You could be a millionaire and still have a scarcity mindset. It reflects your perspective. The good news is you can change your perspective. And no matter, I think it's actually a lot easier to change that perspective than to change your bank account. The key to living in contentment is gratitude. When you practice gratitude, you are automatically more content because you see the positive, you see the good things that you're living with. So let's talk about what it looks like to shift into that constant gratitude mindset. This is a practice. You're going to be practicing this constantly. So first, you're going to practice gratitude for where you are. Before you can get to where you're going, you have to acknowledge where you are now and find gratitude right there, right where you are right now. So here's what this practice looks like. Look back, not just forward, but make it positive. Most couples only focus on their future goals. They're paying off debt, they're saving more, earning more. Those are their goals and they're focusing on that. But you've already come so far. You've come from somewhere. Acknowledge that. Where were you financially a year ago, 5 years ago? What have you survived? What have you learned from what you've been through? What financial storms have you weathered together? This is huge, and these are all amazing things to acknowledge and talk about together. The next thing is name your current blessings. Literally look around. Look around at your life, look around at what you have, your house. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food on the table? Are the lights on? Is there gas in the car? Do you have each other? Even in debt, even struggling, what do you have? When you acknowledge what you already have, your relationship with money shifts from panic to peace because you realize you're not starting from zero. You're building on a foundation that's already there. You're starting somewhere. You've already come so far. So this week, sit down together and make a list. Title it What We Have Right Now. No overthinking with this. Just list absolutely everything that you're grateful for, financial and otherwise, and then read it out loud together. The next step is finding gratitude for what you've learned. Your financial struggles aren't failures, they're learning opportunities. So let's reframe your thinking here. Every financial mistake taught you something. Every debt you're paying off is teaching you discipline. Every hard conversation is building communication skills between you. Every month you stick to a budget is proving that you can do hard things. I once worked with this couple who came to me drowning in debt, full of shame that they couldn't get control of their money. They felt so guilty that they let the debt get so out of control. Through their coaching, they learned that they didn't need the newest and the best of everything. They learned that things meant more to them when they worked hard and paid cash for them. It taught them to be grateful for what they had and the lessons they had learned. They wouldn't wish that amount of crushing debt on anyone, but they are so grateful for what they learned through it. It was amazing to see them learn from these failures and see these different lessons so that they felt so much better about what they had been through together and more positive about it. When you see your struggles as lessons instead of failures, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You become a student, and students grow. Your next step here is to talk together. What has our money journey taught us? What are we better at now than we were before? What have we learned about each other through this process? Struggles help your relationship become closer, more connected. Okay, the next thing is we want to find gratitude in each other. The most valuable asset in your financial journey is not your bank account, it's your partnership. This is so valuable. The truth about your journey is that you are not doing this alone. You have a built in partner committed to building an incredible future with you. And that is huge. Every conversation about money is a chance to grow closer in your relationship, even if it's hard. Remember, your spouse isn't your enemy, they're your teammate. So here's the practice that I want you to adopt to change this part of your gratitude mindset. Express gratitude to each other regularly. Things like, thank you for being willing to have these hard conversations with me. I'm grateful you're on this journey with me. I appreciate how you work so hard to do better with your spending. Make sure you are celebrating together. Every debt payment, every month you stick to the budget, every goal you hit together, every time you communicate well instead of fighting, celebrate every tiny win along the way. This journey is not easy. You have to celebrate all those little things or you will lose motivation. You'll get frustrated and you might quit. When you express gratitude for each other in your money journey, Money stops being a source of division and becomes a source of unity in your marriage. So before Thanksgiving this week, take a moment, just the two of you, and tell each other one thing you're grateful for about how you each handle money and how you've each shown up in your financial journey. Okay, let's talk about contentment in the middle of the mess. You can be content and have goals. Contentment doesn't mean complacency, it means you're not tying your peace to a future milestone. You have peace right now, here and now. So, what does contentment look like? You can want to pay off debt and appreciate that you're making progress. You can save for a house and be grateful for your current home. You can desire financial freedom and enjoy your life right now. You can work towards goals without making your happiness conditional on reaching them. Be careful of the when then thinking. Like, when we pay off debt, then we'll be happy. When we earn more, then we'll feel more secure. We'll be able to afford those things. When we buy a house, then we'll feel successful. The goalpost always moves. There's always a new when. And so your then will continue to move also. You rob yourself of the joy today by making it dependent on what happens tomorrow. So here's what I want you to do to practice that contentment. Notice the good in the present. What can you enjoy right now, even in the middle of struggle and debt? Celebrate those small wins. I said this already once, but celebrate those small wins. It is so important. Don't wait for the big victory. You've got to celebrate every little step because those victories may be far and few between. So when you celebrate all the little progress that you make, you have that motivation and momentum to keep going. Define enough. What is actually enough for you? Not your neighbor, not Instagram. What do you need to feel content? Practice saying, this is enough for now. Not forever, not giving up on growth, but acknowledging today is enough. I love this life that I've built right now. Contentment gives you peace for the journey, not the destination. And when you have peace in the process, you actually enjoy the life you're building together along the way because that goalpost is moving. So you need to enjoy the life you have right now while you build. Okay, let's talk about tangible ways that you can cultivate gratitude in your relationship and your finances. Here's 5 daily, weekly practices to cultivate that gratitude in your day-to-day life. The first thing is the gratitude minute at the beginning of your money dates. If you're following what I teach, you should be doing regular money dates. Before you review the numbers, share one thing you're grateful for in your finances, in your relationship. This sets the tone and makes you remember that you are a team, not adversaries. Number 2, the progress journal. Keep a simple log of your financial wins, even the tiny ones. I want you to do this once a month together. Review it, talk about where you've come for the month. This reminds you that you're not stuck. Even when it's hard, you are moving forward. I do have my financial focus journal that was specifically designed to track progress like this. So I'll leave a link in the show notes for that if you're interested in grabbing one. Number 3, the comparison detox. When you catch yourself comparing to others, pause. Name 3 things that you have that you are grateful for right now and redirect your focus from them to us. Number 4, the abundance audit. Once a week, look around your home. Notice what you have, not what you lack. This is a physical reminder that you have more than enough. You have what you need. And last, the thank you text. Send your spouse a random text during the week. Thank you for, and whatever thing that you're thankful for related to money. Gratitude builds connection. So make an intentional point of practicing that gratitude together. The key here is the word practice. Gratitude is practice. It is not a feeling. You cultivate it through intentional action. When you cultivate a marriage rooted in gratitude, you look at your finances and you see progress, not just problems. You celebrate each other instead of criticizing each other. You feel genuinely content even while working towards your goals. And your money conversations feel hopeful instead of heavy. You're no longer jealous or envious of others. You're focused on your own journey and you enjoy your life now instead of waiting for someday. You're building wealth without losing the joy of the day to day and where you are right now. The bottom line is gratitude changes everything. It doesn't change your bank account overnight, but it changes how you feel, and that changes how you show up in your marriage, and that changes everything. So let's recap. First, you need to find gratitude for where you are right now. Practice looking back at how far you've come and the blessings you have right now. Next, you need to find gratitude for what you've learned. Your financial struggles are opportunities to learn and grow. You need to have gratitude for each other. Practice showing gratitude towards each other and actually say what you are grateful for. Be intentional about this. Contentment in the middle. Notice the good in the present and celebrate every small win along the way. And the practical ways that you can practice daily. The gratitude minute during your money date, the progress journal, the comparison detox, the abundance audit, and the thank you text. This Thanksgiving week, I challenge you to practice radical financial gratitude. Make a list, share it with each other, and thank each other. Notice what you have instead of what you lack, and watch how this changes the atmosphere in your home. If you're ready to build a complete money system that brings peace instead of stress, start by grabbing the free Essential Money Checklist at financeswithoutfear.com/checklist. That's financeswithoutfear.com/checklist. I'll also link it in the show notes if you prefer to grab it that way. And if you're realizing you need more personalized help creating a financial plan that you can both feel good about, book a free discovery session with me. Let's build your roadmap of financial peace together. I'll talk to you about what financial coaching might look like for you. We're heading into the final month of 2025. In the next episodes, I'll talk about year-end financial planning, how to set goals together that actually stick for 2026. This Thanksgiving, I am grateful for you. I'm grateful that you're listening. I'm grateful that you're showing up. I'm grateful that you're doing the work to build a better future for you and your family. You're not just managing money. You're building a life of peace, of purpose, and of partnership. And that's worth celebrating. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I hope you have an amazing week. See you next time. Thanks for joining me today on Money and Marriage Made Simple. If you found this episode helpful, you'll love my Essential Money Checklist for couples. You can grab that for free on the link in the show notes. Episodes will drop every other week, so be sure to follow the show so you never miss a new one. For more tips and encouragement between episodes, come hang out with me on Instagram at Finances Without Fear. I'm cheering you on as you simplify your money and strengthen your marriage, one